Hello and welcome to another Asset Management Minute. My name is Sean Reeves and today we're talking about the human asset. What do you mean by the human asset, I hear you ask? The human asset relates to the resources and the people in your organisation that help you achieve your objectives. Unfortunately, they are often, I won't say taken for granted, but they're often forgotten about in the way we currently look at assets, the way we think of financial, we think about our risk management, we think about our data, we think about maintenance, we think about projects, but underlying all of that is the human aspects to it. We need to think about what are the resources we need, what skill sets do we need, do we have clear roles and responsibilities for those undertaking the tasks? What are the measures and how do we keep them accountable for the tasks that they're doing? And not under a way of ruling under the thumb, but by improving the organisation as a whole. We want to make sure they're coming along for the ride and making sure they are key parts of the organisation to make it happen. I have an example which I'd like to share, and it talks about how we need to consider those human elements along the way. The example I'm referring to is my little friend here. It's the remains of a turbo, and it sits on my desk as a reminder to the human elements that we need to consider. Many years ago, I was working in a reliability role and we were failing turbos quite often. When I say quite often, a few a month. And we were trying to work out what the cause was, using our data, going back through, thinking of revising our maintenance strategies, doing an oil analysis, changing oil types, all different types of things which you would do when you looked at this. It wasn't until we dug deeper and we looked at some of the other reasons behind it, and we actually sat and spoke to and sat along with some of the operators. We found out the issues. They were behaviour issues. They weren't technical issues relating to the machines or the way it was designed or the oil or any of that sort of stuff. We had all that data. In this case, the machines weren't getting up to temperature. They weren't getting up to the oil pressure that was required to save the Portal turbos. The operators would get in, start the machines up, and we found that it took 5 seconds for the oil pressure to get up to save these. At the time, the operators would get in straight away, start it up, full revs, take off, and away they would go. Likewise, shutting down, they would shut it down at full revs, and away they want to go. They wanted to get the job done and get back into the smoker room. A behavioural issue. They didn't see what their role was in the bigger picture and the reasons why they would have to do a certain task in a certain way. There's an old saying, you give a lazy man the hardest job, he'll find the easiest way to do it. In this case, we need to bring our people along with the ride. Make sure they see that they're part of the bigger picture. What other things do we need to make sure that we're looking after our human asset? Making sure they've got clear roles and responsibilities. They've got clear accountabilities and measures what they go against. And the processes are clear for them as well to make sure that we're doing the continual improvement across the whole organisation, and not just from a risk point of view or an information point of view or a cost point of view. It's the behaviours as well. This also brings in strong leadership, but again, it comes down to the human asset. I hope that helps, and look forward to seeing you on more Asset Management Minutes. Take care and have a good day. Bye for now.